Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's that time of the year where we look back and reflect on the past year, on 2020, and basically do a little year review. We've done one of these the past few years, and we thought we would just wrap up the year with one of these videos. So we're gonna what is that?
It starts with you in the boots.
Oh, love it. So we're gonna kick off in January of 2020, and we've got our phones here because this is kind of how we did it last year, where we looked through our photos, because I feel like there's a lot of things that I forget, but then when I go through all the photos that I took, it gives me like jogs my memory. So how do I even get to that? How'd you get to January?
Video of you skiing.
Is that January?
We started in Michigan the first week of the year. We went skiing.
Because we were in Michigan, not for Christmas, but we went up in the new year because you were working on a project.
Came home, sold our car.
January, yes. January, started with friends, New Year, skiing. Then I went dress shopping with my friend Mary Helen for her wedding dress. So that was in January.
We went to Alabama. We went to Muscle Shoals on
Was that January or February?
That was January. Went on a trip, like a work trip for Chloe's stuff, and it was kind of awesome.
Yes, Muscle Shoals.
We went to the 360 Grill.
Is it Marriott?
Yeah.
Yeah. 360 Grill, it's like this room that like rotates. There's a whole vlog. I have a vlog for the Alabama trip, but that
cool.
was part of January. We got to tour Fame Studios, which was cool. So we did that. We saw Frank Lloyd Wright House, also in Alabama.
I played this dope garage.
Aw.
Rip.
Rip. Then, also in January, we got you a new tiny couch for your studio.
Oh, that's right.
Tiny couch! So tiny couch, and then I feel like January is when I started transitioning into my edgier style.
Okay.
You think that's when that happened?
I mean, I got you those boots for, was it your birthday
For
or
my
Christmas
birthday.
last year?
Yeah, for my...
I think it was Christmas, actually.
For Christmas, yep.
So this was the first,
This was
2020
the
was the first year.
Doc Martin year that I had. Then...
In February, my desk finally came.
February is when we started bowling, too.
Oh, yeah.
We started
Wait, I totally forgot
We started
about
going bowling with our friends in February,
Oh my gosh,
literally
all the
once a
time.
week or twice a week. We would get everybody together and we'd go bowling, and it was honestly the best. We had this whole league planned.
We were gonna make shirts this summer with like the tacky pinstripes and the pocket and...
We were really committed, and then obviously COVID hit, but not yet, not yet.
Yeah,
We're still in February.
We were still
innocent.
innocent and naive here.
That's right. So bowling. In February, our friends Mitchell and Malia got engaged. So that was the second couple, third couple that were engaged. All of our friends got married this year, all of them.
That's kind of, February's pretty low key.
February, Mary Helen asked me to be her bridesmaid. That was fun.
And then in March, we started the year.
Don't forget, we went to our first soccer game in February.
First and last soccer game.
We were like, this is gonna be so fun, we should start going more often. And then obviously
To the Nashville.
to the Nashville's first league.
And then March, our wedding anniversary is the 3rd of March.
Yes.
And so we went and took a trip down to 30A to Seagrove.
Which was awesome.
Which was amazing. But strangely enough, the morning of our anniversary, a tornado hit Nashville.
Yes, so that was the Nashville tornado, which
We woke up
is
to
still
that
being...
news. Yeah, just still kind of a mess here.
Yeah.
But that trip was awesome.
That trip was awesome. We
Yeah.
just like for a week walked the beach every day, went out and got dinner at like 4 p.m. to get the 2-for-1 special.
And it was like pre-spring break, so it was like everything was
Nobody
empty.
was there. Like it was
awesome. Yeah.
empty. So like all the restaurants,
Great
like,
week to go.
nothing was busy. That was really fun. We went and got smoothies every morning at that one juice place
Yes,
in
Alice Beach.
Alice
I don't
Beach,
know
which
what
is
that place was
gorgeous.
called, but the smoothies were awesome.
I ate so many Sour Patch Kids on that trip. That was my thing that trip. We did... Oh, we also met your brother down there because he was on spring break.
My brother happened to be in Destin on spring break, so we met up.
Ooh.
It was a great trip.
I also, early March, got my Chanel bag, my first ever Chanel bag, which was on like super sale on the RealReal. So I got that right when we got back from our trip. And then...
Kind of right when we got back. Like a week later.
Actually, that's so true, because I was going through my journal and I really remember when I heard about COVID for the first time, I was like, excuse me?
I know, you don't like COVID. I get that. I understand.
She's got some baggage, don't we all? But that was when I first, within the first week of being back home after the tornado and everything, it was like,
well, that's what,
COVID.
so I've got pictures of the grocery store.
I forgot.
Everything was cleaned
Oh yeah,
out.
I forgot about that. Yes.
We should, yeah. We'll
yes, because I went to CVS to pick up a prescription and all the shelves were cleaned out. All the cleaning supplies.
Yeah, that was like
everything.
the week where not only the shelves were gone, but I've got a screenshot here. The NBA got canceled.
Oh, I'm glad you did.
I was supposed to play a Vacation Manor show.
On
my
your birthday, yes.
That's right. So my birthday's the 20th of March, and we were supposed to play a show in Dallas, and
like,
that got
everything
canceled.
got canceled. All of our friends got pulled off tours because a lot of our friends are in the music industry, and
yeah, we had friends who were in Portland the night of the first lockdown, right?
Mm-hmm. And they drove back.
They had to get out of the city to get back to Nashville. And then March is also when I got my new monitors, studio monitors.
Oh yeah, just your birthday present.
Big fancy speakers.
Your hair.
Ooh, that's a cute pic. Should put a hat on there.
I also made you chicken pot pie. That was your #1 request for your birthday.
Yes, that was fire.
Oh, okay. March is also the first time I started embroidering again, which ended up being the craziest thing that's ever happened for my channel, because that video that I put out in, I don't know if it was March or April that I put that video out of embroidering, but that was the first video I've ever done to hit 1 million views. It's crazy.
Embroidering.
I started the year out with 32,000 subscribers, I think. And so, yeah, it really flew my channel with that video. Yeah, so I really dove into a lot of embroidery during lockdown. Just a lot of embroidery.
April, we made a couple big purchases.
Yep.
Because quarantine was just inevitable.
It was hitting us hard. We thought it was only gonna be like a couple weeks like everyone, so it wasn't.
We pulled the trigger. I bought my first game system, bought an Xbox One, and Chloe got a Nintendo Switch, and we played.
I did. I got the last one in Nashville, curbside pickup, because they were all sold out everywhere.
So that was a real treat.
We got our grill also in April because we were like, well, we're eating at home every single day now, which was very good for us actually. I think April is when I launched the second LIKEYOU tee as well. Yeah, April 16th was at 35,000 subscribers.
Wow.
Anything else in April?
Honestly, not really. Truly, it's just...
Nothing in April. Honestly, April...
I will say about April, and maybe we can get into this at the end of the video, but April and May were probably our most unhealthy months of 2020. As far as, I think we stayed up till 3:30 probably every night.
Yes, that was when it was just like a total free-for-all. We were gaming.
It was vacation. We were living it up. But then it got not fun because it kept going.
Yeah, so then we decided to kick our life into gear. But yeah, I think April and May were also the least eventful months because those were truly when it was completely shut down. No thrifting, no anything.
The power went out when I was in Kroger.
Oh my god.
And this giant
it's like
hurricane, all the doors shut, and like everyone, it was real spooky.
Yeah, they like locked you in Kroger.
That was weird. Yes,
this was the first time I went into Costco and I had to wear a mask. Spent a lot of time outside.
Oh, May is when we started playing basketball. We started playing basketball a lot, which was awesome.
Yes.
That was a good time.
And then, shortly after we started playing basketball, I sprained my ankle playing basketball.
Yes.
So I was down for a really long time because I ended up spraining it. I thought I had just like twisted it, but it ended up being pretty bad. So that was fun. So I was immobile for a little while. May is when Black Lives Matter happened. That was really big. May 30th was the march in Nashville. Oh my gosh, the meme of the century.
Dude.
We found this meme of a fat rat that says, "Brother, may I have some cheddar?"
That meme really ruined my life for a long time.
Yeah, it was a meme that we just could not get over.
It's quite funny.
Memes really got us through this year, honestly.
Yeah.
I feel like meme game went strong this year.
Definitely.
Oh, we changed our air filter in June.
Wow. I got the grandmother in June.
Oh yeah.
So that's when you got your iPad, I think.
Yes.
We tend to make purchases together, I think.
It's like one does it and the other, which is not good.
Yeah, probably.
It's not a good thing, but we only do like a couple a year. And yeah, I did get the iPad because I wanted to do illustrating and I also wanted to do like thumbnails and stuff. And it was also COVID, so we just, there were some purchases that happened because of just boredom, honestly. Then we went to Michigan in June.
Oh yeah, we went to Mackinac Island and biked around.
Yeah, we biked. We did the, what's it called? The tandem bike. We were on the same bike, which was really fun. And again, up in Michigan, we just spent so much time outside. You ran.
Yeah, I ran a half marathon, just like a solo half marathon.
By himself.
Just on like a bike trail.
Just to see if he could do it, and he did, and he almost died.
I did almost.
But then he ended up playing like sand volleyball right after.
Yeah, that's brutal.
June is when we found our favorite smoothie at Urban Juicer, the green machine with
true
peanut butter.
Yeah, swap almond butter out for peanut butter.
They were
It's
very
a real
simple
blessing.
joys. Like, I think in the summer too, maybe June and July is when I started eating popcorn and drinking matcha literally every single day. It was the time that I just really looked forward to. Oh, June is also when Riley stood up by herself for the first time.
That's so weird.
June 27th is when I hit 50,000 subscribers.
July 2nd, I could touch my toes. I was doing a lot of running and a lot of yoga in the front half of quarantine, and
Wow, that was the first time you could ever touch your toes?
I've never in my whole life been able to touch my toes. Got a video of it.
Riley comes in.
And then I got up and Riley came in.
4th of July was so low-key. Just did some curling. At this point, thrifting was back open, so I went back and thrifted. This is when I started doing my collabs with Mikkel, which is fun.
July is when I discovered chicken sausage. Big chicken sausage guy now.
Yeah, really big guy.
Yeah, really big
really
guy.
big guy. Oh, July is when I accidentally bleached our quilt pink.
Nice.
So we had to get a new one.
That was cool.
July was when I started experimenting with bleach.
Oh Lord.
July was my friend's bachelorette party. Went to a lake house.
In August, we were in Smoky Mountains.
Yep, August I was also in Smoky Mountains.
We were at the same time, not together.
Not together though. Another bachelorette party in a cabin.
Oh, we went to Virginia.
Yes, you did some recording.
Did some writing, actually.
Or writing at like a house. And then I just kind of stayed at home. I did a couple thrifting though in Virginia, which was fun. And then, oh yeah, they took us to the, what is it called?
I don't know.
The paragliding
That place was beautiful.
spot though. And then late August, Mary Helen and Cole's wedding. So we were both in that wedding, which was really fun.
That was awesome.
September is when my caraway pans showed up. Huge day for me.
Early September is the first time I had hibachi. That was cool.
Big moment for JWaz. This is like a way less eventful year.
It was like kind of nothing.
Like last year was like, was last year Paris? No. Yeah. Last year was like, I went to Paris and like there were just all these big events and it's like hibachi.
September.
Another wedding.
Also September, my grandma passed away. That was lame.
Yeah, so we went up to Minnesota for
We
that,
flipped
for
to
the
Minnesota.
funeral.
That sucked.
Oh, September I did the shoot with Draper James, which was really fun.
And
September was low-key.
Real low-key. And then we went to Austin.
October is Austin for another wedding.
Another wedding.
That he was in. I wasn't in this one. Austin was so fun. We ended up staying there for a whole week because we just wanted a little trip.
Walked to Merit Coffee every day.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Such
that place rocks.
Such a fun city. We went kayaking.
Oh, true. That was fun.
That was really fun.
I'm glad we did.
That was a really nice day. And then October, got my Gucci chain wallet. Oh, got my ear pierced October. October 13th.
We voted in October. Voting's cool.
Yes, we also voted. Got my hair done in October. November.
Well, okay. At the end of October, we got COVID.
That's right.
So that was also not cool.
Yeah, so we quarantined.
And then I
watched a lot of Great British Baking Show.
Yeah, I got hooked on Great British Baking Show.
So much.
Started baking a lot.
The Great British Baking Show really encouraged a
Made
lot
cookies
of baking.
And breads and muffins and a lot of bad decisions, but
November 14th, we found the neighborhood that we want to live in.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah, we spent a lot of time in the back half of this year looking, kind of driving through different neighborhoods that we're interested in maybe buying a home. And this one neighborhood specifically, we've been obsessing over.
We've been eyeing. Very low key.
Very high key.
Very high key. We've driven through it a lot. People are probably like, who are these people?
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, we put our tree up in November. December had crap night. Just a lot of work in December. And then I guess just Christmas.
Yeah.
Now here. So
that was kind of our year.
That was kind of our year.
Pretty low key, but I feel like maybe more important. What did you learn this year? What's one thing you feel like, I don't know, that you walked away with a little nugget of wisdom from this year or something?
I feel like the moments that like I really thrived, at least like at my job and just kind of was a little bit more like carefree, was when quarantine was at its peak, which is odd because I feel like that was like the one time that you really couldn't compare yourself to anybody or what they were doing because nobody was doing anything. So it opened up this like brain space to just be like, well, all I can do is like what I know. For once, I like wasn't looking around at what other people were doing because nobody was doing anything.
Yeah.
And I just felt really free to just create literally whatever I wanted. And that's when the embroidery stuff happened, was because that's like what I was working on in my free time. And so I was like, well, I might as well film a video on this. And that is what ended up being like really like popular, which is funny because I don't think I would have done that had we not gone into lockdown.
Yeah, I relate to that hard. I feel like in a similar vein, I feel like this year kind of woke me up from my social media sleep, I suppose, or just like it just made me realize how like passively I had been engaging with all of this stuff, I guess. And I feel like in a similar vein, I've started to realize that I've just started to really value the things that are like in my real life, I guess, like my real community and reading and running and things that are like physical and real.
Well, yeah, this year was big for personal growth. Like, sure. Even though we didn't really go out and do a lot of things and like work wasn't like crazy, we spent a lot of time focusing on ourselves and our marriage and like our friendships and then our relationship with the Lord. And we read the Ruthless Elimination of Hurry, listened to the podcast about eliminating busyness and hurry out of your life. I'll link all these like things that we dove into this year. Yeah. And then we watched The Social Dilemma, which I feel like all of those, like the books and the podcast and that show, more so pointed out all these like subtleties that you don't realize are distracting you.
It made me realize that like most people aren't actively choosing things that are bad. We're just distracted. We're just like hurried, or we're busy, or we're trying to achieve. And I think for us, at least for me, I just experienced a lot of freedom this year in like understanding that like if I can just focus on like being mindful, I guess, which like I know that sounds like all hippie, but like I think there's a lot of peace to be had in like just being aware of where you're giving your time. Because I think like that made me realize that, wow, like I don't have to give 6 hours of my day to like scrolling. I still do that sometimes, but I think like it used to just go so unchecked, and at least we haven't arrived anywhere, but I feel like this year we've like made a step in the right direction to like being more
at least, yeah, now
present,
we're like aware. I feel like before it was more so like everything's fine, we're doing great. And I don't feel like it's just us. I feel like 2020 woke a lot of people up to a lot of things that need to change, whether in our own hearts or in our culture and society. But for us personally, we've done a lot of like self-evaluation, what you're saying, where we put our time and where we put our resources and where we spend a lot of time thinking about too. Because I feel like before we were always thinking about, all right, how can we like get to the next goal or like hustle our way into whatever. And I feel like this year we've kind of let that go and have put more trust in like what God has planned. And like you said, just being present and being mindful and kind of letting go of that control, because as we've all seen, this year has been a year of losing control. And for us, I feel like we have just relied on the Lord more, and honestly I felt more peace and more groundedness through that. We read the Bible in the year. I forgot we did that whole thing for the first time.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe the only thing I would add is watching those things and reading those things made me realize that like there is a choice, that like I don't have to be a scrolling zombie and like not understand what's going on, I guess.
Well, yeah, it honestly, especially The Social Dilemma, if you watch it, if you haven't watched it, you should. But basically, it makes you realize that it's no accident that you are addicted to your phone. Completely intentional by the people who created the programs, and they literally target you and what you love or dislike or what riles you up to keep you on their platforms.
Well, there's a couple thoughts. It's like, one, if there's not an obvious product, like you're the product. So like companies are selling your eyeballs to advertisers, and you're being told that like it's so you can stay connected to people, right? So we're just consuming it because the benefits seem to outweigh the drawbacks. I feel like this year, maybe more than anything, it's made me realize that not that it's all drawbacks, but there are drawbacks, I think, to being like hyper engaged and putting my identity in like how I'm perceived online and all of that stuff. I guess I'm just starting to shift around what makes me feel valuable as a person. And I think I used to feel a lot of value in like, online stuff. And I'm feeling less and less like that matters to me, I guess.
Any goals for 2021?
I want to get back to running.
Running and reading.
I want to continue to be a runner. Hopefully this lung stuff kind of chills out and we can do that. I'm going to keep reading. I don't know what books, but I'll just keep reading kind of. I seem to always have kind of 3 or 4 right around the corner to read, so I'm going to keep doing that. I'm hoping to continue eating well and cooking together and spending time together, and I hope to continue to be home. I'd love to not go back on the road.
No, none of that.
Hopefully I'm done touring forever. That would be amazing. And I hope to keep working diligently and making cool creative music, and that's kind of it's great. A lot of stuff that I suppose is already happening, but I just want to keep doing it. Yeah. What about you?
My goal for 2021 is kind of the same thing. I want to get back to exercising, which we did really good this year until we got COVID. Continue eating well, continue the habit of reading the Bible every day and like journaling. That was like a really good habit we started last year.
Just morning routine.
Morning routines. I don't know, I don't really have a lot of goals based around numbers or anything like that, because I don't know, I just feel like this past year we learned to not base our goals off of our circumstances.
Goals are about achievement, right? It's about when you make a goal, you think that if you get it, you'll be happier. What I think we actually want, both of us, this next year is formations, which are more about identity. It's patterns and it's habits that make us into certain types of people.
That's right. Putting words to what I could not think of.
Yeah, we want to be certain types of people. I don't want to achieve anything. I want to be a person that's present and loving and kind and good to you and cares for people around me.
So yeah, not so much like numerical goals, which I've done in the past. Like I've always been like, I want to do this or have this by this time, and I just have realized that honestly, you can plan and you can, you know, set things up to try to get to a certain place that you want to be, but realistically, most of the time just leads you to disappointment. And not that I'm just trying to avoid disappointment.
When you set a goal, if you don't achieve it, you'll be disappointed. If you achieve it, I don't think it's going to give you the feeling that you expect it to feel, because like when you look at our goals from 2019, like we pretty much smashed every one in 2020. We checked the box on all of them, and that's not why I think 2020 was a good year at all.
Yeah.
I think it really had nothing to do with why I feel like 2020 was a good year for us. Which is strange, but I feel like when I reflect on 2020 for us, I would say maybe my closing statement is that 2020 was a great year for us. I know there was a lot of pain and hard things going on in the world this year, but I feel like watching all that and experiencing all that like made us really value each other and like things that matter. And I guess like all that to be said, like that's given me a lot more satisfaction than I think any like work goal or like becoming the famous producer I hope to be. You know, I've just learned that like the simple things are the things where I'm finding like real joy. And so maybe that's why in 2020 neither of us are like, let's smash these goals and become the most famous people in the world, because I just think there's a lot of value in just doing what's in front of you and being present to that.
She's snoring right now. She thinks we're so boring.
She's like, lame, Dad. She's like, that is the worst goal ever.
She's like, Dad, say whoa.
Dad, you need to sell 1 million records next year.
Dad, you need to be famous.
What are you doing?
Riley,
if you're not hustling and freaking out there grinding, #no sleep, what are you doing?
But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you're still around and you haven't fallen asleep like Riley, leave us a comment down below and let us know something wonderful that happened to you in 2020. We'd love to hear your positive thoughts, or at least something good that happened this year. If you are new to my channel and you want to stick around and subscribe, be sure to hit that subscribe button, because that's how you would subscribe.
Nice. I'm gonna give him a tiny rock fist journey, babe.
Anyway, we'll see you in the next one, and thanks for spending the year with me. Bye!